Some breaking news that we have just learned about: Johnny Depp has been fired from the Fantastic Beasts franchise after Johnny didn't win his case against the UK newspaper.
No, tell them what just happened.
And I lied.
And that you put me in the fucking thing and you
figured
in
it
the
out.
face.
Following this, Matthew, haven't you?
It's an extraordinary case with, I think, a fairly extraordinary verdict. I mean, I've noticed on Twitter, #1 trend, justice for Johnny Depp.
Allegations that he beat his ex-wife, but Johnny Depp lost the case.
Since last November, a petition has been making the rounds to bring Johnny Depp back to the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, with a goal of 500,000 signatures firmly in place. Fans would be delighted to know that the cause has finally crossed that benchmark and is still climbing, though it kind of has to keep climbing, as that initial goal apparently wasn't really an end point, but more of a guideline really, as that benchmark has now been moved to 1 million signatures. Petition to rehire Johnny Depp to Pirates reaches 1 million. Taking a fresh look at the Change.org petition that started it all, the call to restore the Deppiverse of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise has now adjusted its demands for a much louder statement, and that volume of fan support, while definitely acting as a larger case for potentially bringing Johnny Depp back into the fold, might take a bit longer to hit than the roughly 4 months it took the first time around, which, depending on who asks, still might not be the wisest business decision when it comes to the franchise's dwindling financial prospects. All of this is in response to Disney's development of not one, but 2 separate potential Pirates of the Caribbean franchises that would reboot the world of the famed Disneyland attraction. One of those potential paths would see a protagonist played by Margot Robbie setting sail on the high seas of adventure and pillaging, while another has been rumored to center around the star power of Guardians of the Galaxy vet Karen Gillan. Those rough seas have seen Johnny Depp fans more loyal than ever to finishing up the original Pirates of the Caribbean saga, which left off on a massive cliffhanger in its most recent entry, Dead Men Tell No Tales. The greatest factor of diminishing returns for the case to bring Johnny Depp back to the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise is the ongoing legal battles between himself and ex-wife Amber Heard. That shared thorn in the ex-couple's side has cut both ways, as it's also led to continuing rumors that Heard has fired from Aquaman 2. But in the case of Depp's side of the house, 1 million signatures may be harder to come by, depending on how that particular story shakes out. When all is said and done, the fans that want Pirates of the Caribbean to continue with Johnny Depp will be heard, and the folks at Disney will eventually make a decision to take one path or another to potentially return that series to theatrical prominence. It's a story that spins faster than Captain Jack Sparrow's magic compass, but ultimately a direction will be taken. And all we can do is sit back and see what the horizon brings us in the future. Johnny Depp has been out recently as Captain Jack Sparrow. We don't really know the real reason though. He has been playing this role since 2003 when we first saw him arriving at the Port Royal in his boat with epic background music playing. But can you imagine no Jack Sparrow at all? No epic entry scores, no humorous dialogues, and the guy with the most good and bad luck at the same time. Don't they know that without Johnny Depp or Jack Sparrow, they will sink? They will never be able to reach that horizon, even if it means nothing to you. But please, sign this petition for the ones who really want Johnny Depp as their captain of the Black Pearl. They have to bring him back to rule the seas again, unless it is the actor's own choice to withdraw from the role. In the broadest of terms, petitions launched by fans who disagree with a creative or casting decision don't mean shit in the long run. But it'll nonetheless be interesting to discover if 2022 is really the year that Johnny Depp fans mobilize in their numbers to try and put a dent in the box office takings of arguably Warner Brothers' 2 biggest releases. Fans have threatened to boycott both Fantastic Beasts 3 and Aquaman 2, the previous installments of which combined to rake in over $1.7 billion globally. Should there be a noticeable drop in those numbers, then you know who'll take responsibility, but so far, Disney have ignored the pleas to have the actor reinstated to the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. As Captain Jack Sparrow, Depp has defined the entire series for the better part of 2 decades, and there are no guarantees that an expensive pirate movie without an iconic and hugely marketable character to rely on is going to do big business. After all, just look at 1995's Cutthroat Island, which costs roughly $171 million if you adjust the $98 million budget for the inflation, and bombed so hard that it put the studio behind it, Carolco Pictures, out of business. However, the petition to bring back Captain Jack has now sailed past 600,000 signatures and is currently targeting the mythical 1 million barrier. There are still 2 Pirates of the Caribbean movies in development, both a 6th entry in the main timeline and a female-driven spin-off being spearheaded by Birds of Prey duo Margot Robbie and Christina Hodson. But as things stand, neither of them are going to see Depp back on the 7 seas. Stranger things have certainly happened in Hollywood, though, so fans will no doubt continue to keep their fingers crossed. Can there be a Pirates of the Caribbean sequel without Captain Jack Sparrow? Johnny Depp is inarguably at the core of the billion-dollar franchise, and let's face it, audiences aren't queuing up to see Orlando Bloom's Will Turner. The series has been dormant since 2017's Pirate of the Caribbean Dead Man No Tales, but all indications are that Disney is gearing up for a couple of new projects. One of these will be a female-focused spin-off starring Margot Robbie, but the other is a 6th mainline installment, were it not for his highly publicized legal troubles. Depp would certainly be a lot for it, but his reputation is in tatters after the British High Court found his ex-wife Amber Heard's allegations of domestic abuse credible. Consequentially, he's widely considered to be a blacklisted in Hollywood, and it's doubtful that Disney, who are fiercely protected of their reputation, would want to draw the heat for hiring him. So, will this influence Disney's decision? No, of course not. Online petitions are effectively a way of impotent fans to express their futile hope of influencing something entirely beyond their power. Besides, faced with the box office potential of the Pirates movie, even 500,000 people is a drop in the bucket of a sequel's global audience. It remains to be seen whether a Depp-less Pirates of the Caribbean will draw in the same box office haul, but we're going to find out regardless, as there's not a hope in the hell of Disney casting him at this point. While for Disney's head honchos, they can see the future of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise with or without Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow. Or at least they have to right now without any other choice, but that is not the case with the fans of the former Fantastic Beast actor, who don't want the studio to go ahead without him while they continue to protest his snub. They won't be silent until Depp is brought back.